TikTok. They're at TikTok right now. Girls at TikTok.
You have several teams from all over the world at TikTok.
Can y'all hear her? Wait, I want to make sure they can hear you. What? Y'all can make me cry. What's the news? Y'all, this is from TikTok. Oh my goodness. What's happening? What's happening right now?
Sorry, it's Gal. I'm the creator team lead, and you just broke the new record. You are the first person to achieve 1 million for one single life.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, good people. It's your Alabama church girl here. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. To all the leaders, saints, and friends, welcome, welcome, welcome on in. All right, tonight is another great conversation about love and marriage, Huntsville. It's season 8, episode number 6. And she's not that nice little Tish. Listen, I told y'all from I think episode number 2 that Stormy was my favorite this season. I mean, it's this season, season 8. I don't know, things could change. You know, she wasn't my favorite to begin with, but this season, she's rocking it. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Stormy. Yes, for reaching that $1 million, the first ever person to reach the $1 million mark on TikTok Live in one single live. So congratulations again to Stormy. Listen, I'm not here by myself on this evening. First of all, I want you to say, welcome back, Blind Visionary. I missed you. And guess what? Guess who else missed you too, Blind Visionary? My friend, my boo.
He's back.
Welcome back, Ashton. Listen, I don't know how we managed to do these things like just pop up and show up on the screen in similar fashion. Yes, we are. We are connected. So tonight is a great conversation. She's not the same Tish. She's not that innocent girl. We've been saying it. We've been saying it from episode 1 that Tisha done found her voice. But Tisha went overboard this episode.
She did a little bit. She did a little bit too much.
A little.
She did a little bit too much. She did. She went a little extreme.
Oh my gosh. She said, oh my goodness. I didn't know. I was like having secondhand embarrassment for her. Seriously.
Yeah, it got to a point where I was like, girl.
Right. Like I wish, the previews are showing that her husband's going to say something to her.
Yeah.
In the next episode, number 7. But I wished he would have said something to her
in that moment. Yeah. In that moment, yeah.
Yes.
Let's break it down.
Yes,
Let's break it down a little bit.
Blind Visionary says she missed us too. Well,
I'm
good
so
to
glad
see
you're in
you
the chat
back.
tonight, man.
Yes. Last week, my friend was a little bit under the weather, so I'm happy that you're back and that you're feeling better too.
Thank you.
Yay. So let's jump into this episode. We picked up this episode where we left off last week with Tarzan and Jane having dinner, and they have body.
But do they have brains?
They definitely have a story, but they ain't got no personality.
I'm sure the food had to be as bland as the conversation. Oh my God, I was dying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
well,
good.
I will say it was a lot to unpack in the conversation. I will say that. I will give them that.
I'm starting to see Trisha in a different light.
Yes. Have you?
And can I just say this before we get started?
Go ahead.
She don't want that man. She don't want that man. She don't want that man.
Look, you see, I learned how to do it.
She don't want that man.
She does not.
She don't want
Listen.
that man.
So what is the reason? What do you think is her purpose for being with Tarzan?
I'm completely stumped on her. Like I thought I had her pegged, but I have no clue. Because I mean I'm getting ahead of myself with this, but on the next episode, you know, they showed in the preview of Martell calling him a side piece, and she was tickled
Giggling.
pink about somebody
Mhm.
calling her fiance her side piece.
Yeah,
I said to Mama, she don't like that man. She do not want that man.
she does
Maybe it's
not.
security. Maybe he's providing something for her. Maybe it's the house. Maybe she ain't got to work. I don't know, but it ain't the love.
Okay, so you weren't here to discuss it last week, but do you recall this situation?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think, remember Tisha told us she has 2 closets. Okay, that definition that was on the screen. I hate to hide your face, but I'm going to take it right back down.
Uh-huh.
That definition on the screen is, of course, we're celebrating Pride Month. And this is, these definitions are being borrowed from the LGBTQ community, but closeted.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe her and Martell have had a closeted relationship.
It's really giving that. But see, that whole interaction at Stormy's house was strange. And, you know, Martell ain't the brightest. And I'm looking at Trish, what's her name?
Trisha.
I'm looking
Jane.
at her.
We don't call her Jane.
Jane ain't the brightest bulb in the bunch either.
No, not by far.
So if it was
she's pretty. She's pretty and she got a
nice
body.
bomb body. Pretty, but that personality is a dud, and that brain is a dud as well. I apologize.
Rocks,
yes. And when you put 2 rocks in a box and you shake them up, that's what you get Martell and her in their conversation that they had at Stonehouse. I was like, what is even happening?
It's bland as sand. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Because Martell acting like he don't know her. She's sitting there smirking and smiling and fidgeting like she's 7 years old and her crush just walked in.
And he did. He did. Because even in coming up in episode 7, she giggling and smiling and cheesing.
Smiling again.
Had teeth. She hadn't opened her mouth. She don't even open her mouth as wide as Candy Burrs, and we know Candy speak between her lips. She has not opened her mouth until she was standing in that gym with Martell.
Listen, she's standing there with this man, and he is literally calling her fiance a side piece. And you would think, listen, showing them off.
That's all we got in the gym.
I thought we was on the I thought we had switched over to a Colgate commercial. I didn't even know the show was still on.
Right, because Tisha, Jane. Let's take just Jane.
Jane, yeah,
because all these names that are so similar are gonna get me messed up. But yeah, I was like, girl. So they're talking, but it's a lot to unpack in the conversation. That's why I say, you know, as far as the story of it all, I'm an avid reader, and I love to write as well. I love to write stories. They have a good story.
They do.
I have heard, you know, other content creators reviewing the show talk about, you know, they're so boring, get them off. I have to say, and I want to hear your perspective, your point of view on this. Everybody, the first thing that people jump to is they're boring, get them off the show. Why did y'all even book them? Okay. They don't have personality, but they do have story.
They definitely got a story.
I want to say, as a new content creator, I value the art of storytelling.
Yes.
And I'm looking for the producers to tell the story. It does not come all wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. If you really love to read, especially if you love literature, you understand that there's a buildup and then there's a climax. You got different characters that help you get to that buildup, and they have to be discovered over time. You don't just find out everybody in the first paragraph on the first page of the first chapter. It does not happen like that. Sometimes you're going to get a whole character development in the first chapter, and then next chapter, oh, this is the person that is a partner. This is character B. That's why you got supporting characters that are introduced. Oh, wait a minute. This is the storyline. All the way in the end of chapter 2, you get the storyline. I love the art of storytelling. So I do feel like with them, the producers are doing a good job of developing their story, because I'm intrigued. I want to know what's happening. We are all out here with our magnifying glasses snooping and trying to find out what's going on with Trish online. Folks are out here, they done looked up who her real husband is.
They trying to find a man. They want
they done went and found the kids. They going to find Instagram. That's how you know that the producers are doing a good job telling this story.
Listen, they're pulling the story back by layers like it was an onion.
Exactly.
They giving us a little bit every episode. It's like, wait a minute, it ain't what I thought was going on. That's not. Oh, but wait. Oh, but look at this. I feel like I agree. They are now. I'm going to side with the other content creators and say they are boring as watching paint dry. But once you get past the flawed personality or the lack thereof, and you see what's going on in their lives, it's a juicy story. I feel like they got the best storyline on the season.
They do. Them, and sad to say, but Destiny and Moses.
Yes.
And I won't even bring up the wife, because honestly, she's a non-MF factor.
Yeah, she definitely is a non-factor, and it's just so happened that you are the one that he's with. So of course you're gonna be mentioned, but when it comes to the story, you ain't. We done talking about what you had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's trying to keep herself relevant. Like, she's been in the blogs this week. Can we normalize using the word friend in the right manner or something to that effect?
Girl, let it go. Go away.
You're right. Exactly. The more you speak, the less we want you to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then he said, bye, wig. Bye, wig. Get away from me with this.
Wait. I got to give it to her. And listen, sis, I'm coming at you, but I'm right here with you, okay? But bye, forehead. I mean, sometimes it has to be said. Okay, so at that table, though, it's her birthday dinner. Why didn't they go out to a restaurant? You know, like, I was wondering, like, what's really going on? They sitting up in the kitchen. If it was my birthday, I mean, I like the diamond ring. It's a nice gesture that you cook for me. Take me out somewhere. I need to get dressed up. I need somebody to see this banging body. I've been in the gym working hard. I need to be seen.
Let's go step out. Let's go show the people.
Exactly.
But
stretch and stuff. So are they hide? Are they sitting up in the kitchen hide?
They could be. They could be, but the people, like you said, they pull their magnifying glasses out, right? The people in the YouTube streets, and they went to digging, right? And they done saw that she's still in contact with the ex-husband. She be coming on his pictures on Instagram and Facebook and liking and scrolling and sharing and all that. But she making it seem like they don't have any contact with each other.
So maybe the skeleton is not in the closet. The skeleton is in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen.
She's looking dead at him.
Yeah, it's in the table with them.
And to me, it feels like he got caught up in the aroma of it all, and he is all in. He's like, baby, I'm ready to marry you tomorrow. Can you go ahead and get them papers filled out tomorrow?
She not ready.
Right. She looking at him like she want to say, Ninja, don't you know you the skeleton?
Whoa!
I can't marry no skeleton.
The closet door ain't open yet. The closet door not open yet. Hold your horses, is what she told him. We're not ready. You see, we sitting at the dining room table eating dinner, sir.
I can't even take you outside.
Let's hold on.
Right. Okay, so we also find out at this dinner table, He bought her a diamond bracelet. Now I'm a girly girl. You know this. When it comes to certain things, I'm a whole soldier, but I also am a girly girl. You know, but
duality.
yeah, hey, it's balance. But when he gave her that diamond bracelet, she just put it on and kept eating.
But the personality is so bland. She can't even get excited for stuff. She can't. It's just she like, oh, thank you, girl. He didn't just give you a rubber band. It's the man you want to love and marry and cherish.
Blind Visionary says she enjoys our back and forth.
Thank you. Blind Visionary, I don't know what to say for these people. Blame them for the back and forth tonight. It ain't adding up for me tonight.
Listen, so I was like, girl, where was the excitement? She does not like this dude. She don't even like it. We can say she's not in love, but I don't even think she likes this dude for real. Because, honey,
you know when you date somebody and you first start dating them or whatever, and you're not in love with them, but you do love them and you do really like them, and you know you want to be with them, and you know you're growing to fall in love with them. I think she's growing to like them. She ain't even made it to the like yet.
But that seed hadn't even germinated yet. It hadn't even germinated yet. He must be good at bed. And that's what's keeping her around. And I think that might be her issue too. Now, just side note, this is a mindset moment. Where's my little clip? This is a mindset moment to all the ladies. Mindset moment to all the ladies. Just know that staying in the gym keeps the snatched. And if you trying to snatch you up a man, stay in the gym. Because the outside look good, but the inside be intact. And if you want to hold on, get a real good grip, stay in the gym. I promise you.
So maybe she snatched him up a little too good. Now she can't get rid of him. So she exactly.
I love you.
She snatched him up a little too good. He can't leave.
He's like, we got to lock this down now. I can't let nobody else get to it.
And she done lied and smiled her way right on into her engagement.
I think maybe, possibly. This is just my theory. Mm-hmm. We're going to see. Time will tell. Evidence and facts will come out, over time. But I think it's possible that Jane was out here gigoloing and she done lost that husband. The husband don't want to let it go either.
I was going to say, neither one of them want to get divorced. Neither one of them do.
That's snatching.
It's that snatch. Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's probably how it sounds too when it come out.
Mm-hmm. Snatched it right on up, Blind Visionary. Put her coming on. Snatched it right on up.
Out of him. That's why he's a skeleton now, because she got it sold.
Blind Visionary, this man is ignoring the fact that she has been separated for 5 years. You know how much stuff you can accomplish in 5 years? You know how much you could get a whole degree and be working on another one in 5 years. Okay.
You can get 2 degrees. You can get a master's in 1 year.
Yes, you can get your undergrad and you can get your grad degree in 5 years. You can. Yes, you can.
Move into a whole new tax bracket.
You can get yourself through a whole contract in the Alabama Army National Guard. Have a year left. Okay. You can do a lot in 5 years. And y'all ain't signing the papers. The papers ain't been signed yet.
You can go from being single, no dependents, to having a kindergartner.
A kindergartner. Are you listening? And you ain't signed the papers yet, and that man is ignoring this.
Yes.
And while she out here telling people, well, that's my fiance, but I'm still married. Well, it gotta go like this. Yeah, that's her. And he just la. I'm married. I'm married.
Oh my God. Listen, it's so bad that he is all hers. Or Blind Visionary said he is all hers, mind, body, and soul. She got that on lock. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And she got the key. Who got the keys? Who got the keys? She got the keys.
Yeah, and the key is locked away in that snatch.
In the kitty. Look, she got him on lock so bad that he done lost his vision. He can't even see. He was like, I wanna marry you tomorrow, but I ain't even looking at the fact that you already
still married.
Yes, she is still married. Like, girl, what are you doing? And then let's go on over here because we move from him having this conversation. We're gonna skip over one scene to get to this other one. Since we in this same vein, let's go over here to him and Courtney on the basketball court because I got questions. Is he the home wrecker?
Could be. He really could be. It could be his fault.
You know. So Courtney is looking at him like, man, you stupid. He's telling his story.
But see, Courtney ain't in the snatch. He ain't been snatched. At least he ain't been snatched by that one.
Not like that. That's why Tisha and Stormy running over there to get trained by her. Because they trying to get
they trying to see what it's about. How can I do it? Where can I get one? Did you say aisle 2? Okay.
and look, and Tisha and they're like, body yada 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 yada.
But see, Courtney,
I miss you, Freya. I miss you.
Courtney ain't lost in that snatch, so he's seeing what we seeing.
Yeah. Now I think now listen. Let me just put it out there. I think Courtney, he might not be in the snatch, but Courtney is definitely in the slide.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That body butter is buttering him.
Stormy got him just like this.
Yeah,
and she knows she do.
Yeah,
but she healthy with it.
Yes, it's healthy because he still got his mind.
Yes. He's still Courtney. Yes. This man is a walking skeleton.
Look, my grandma, Pentecostal church, used to sing this song, my mind is gone. That old evil mind I had, my mind is gone. What's his name? Tarzan? His mind is gone. Courtney still got his faculties. He still got his mental capacity.
Courtney still Courtney.
Let me go get in the gym membership. I'll be back.
We'll be waiting on you. Come on back with that snatch, Blind Visionary. Yeah. We'll be waiting on you.
Yes, I mean, that's how you do it. That is how you do it, Blind Visionary. I have missed you, friend.
I miss you too.
You got me cutting up over here. I'm hot.
26 minutes in and we already cutting up.
Right. Hey, Poppy.
What's
Poppy
up,
is
man?
in Chicago. Y'all hope the show goes well tonight, but we eating Greek food in Greek town. Oh, I want some lamb. I like my husband's lamb though the best. Anywho, so back to Courtney and Tarzan. Tarzan so in love, he got to tell everybody his story, his love story. And Courtney's standing back with the ball in his arm, like he's standing over there looking like,
y'all hear this nigga? Y'all hear this nigga? He was looking.
Or do you hear yourself? He said, man, how long you gonna wait?
He done waited 5. He can wait 5 more.
He said, well, look, then Courtney realized this is a fool in front of me. Yeah, Courtney went and asked him, he said, well, you gonna propose to her then? Like, if you don't care she married, I ain't gonna care either. Go ahead and propose. Put a ring on it, man.
Yeah,
Just
go ahead and do it.
go and be polygamous if you want
Just go ahead
to.
and do it. What that show was back in the day, Big Love. Go ahead and do it. She can have her 2 husbands. She can have her 2 husbands. They already
now,
talk
what
to
do you
each
think
other
that
like they
pillow
already
talk was
engaged.
like?
Huh?
Yes. What do you think that pillow talk was like between Courtney and Stormy when he went home?
Man, Storm, that man might be crazy. Y'all see, Nick knows exactly who I am.
Exactly. So see, we don't have no pyramid situation over here.
No.
This is all love and all understanding.
We live in a reality over here. We can't speak for
Right. Right. But this, honey, the way even in this picture right here, Courtney looking down like, man, this is
man
a
a fool.
fool right here.
It's a fool. I bet he said, Storm, he ain't even care. She been separated for 5 years and she ain't signed
5 years.
Yes,
Blind
brother
Missionary
husband.
said that could be brother husbands. It just might work. It just might work.
It's
You
been
know,
working for 5 years.
listen, Blind Visionary, I was just reading in Genesis chapter number 5, I think. Yes, chapter number 5. How Adam's grandson had 2 wives. Now, this is people like to make you feel like wasn't no religion in the beginning of time but Christianity, but that is just not the truth. Okay, I'm about to stand up on my Alabama church girl soapbox for just a moment. Would you please excuse me, Ashton?
Let me get it set up for you.
So, Adam's grandson had 2 wives. And I said to myself, now, this is before religion actually came to be. So, you know, maybe Adam's grandson was the one that goes on to be the Islamic religion. Maybe, but he was the one that is defined in the beginning of really having the Spirit of God. He was the one. Let me go get it, by the way. My name is Valerie, and I study the Bible for real. I'm not over here just blowing smoke. I actually read, and I read to get clarity and understanding. It says that he had 2 wives. By the way, yes, it is chapter number 5, Genesis chapter number 5. But also that he was begotten after God's heart. He was after God's heart. So maybe Trish is just on a mission to be after God's heart and have her 2 husbands. Maybe it's all peace and love and pride and all that good stuff in Trisha's household and in her closets. Maybe that's why she got so many skeletons in the closet, is because everybody is okay as long as they get a piece of the snatch. Maybe.
You might just discover something.
Maybe that's what type of time she on. Excuse me, you got me laughing so hard, friend. But maybe that's what type of time she on. It's just like, okay, this is God, and I got to give out the Spirit of God, and the Spirit of God is within my snatch. So I need to have as many men as possible. Many men. Because from the way it appears, as of season 8, episode 6, it appears that she's had at least 3 of them on this show, and we've just known her for what, episode 6. That means 3 hours. We ain't know her but 3 hours of time, and we know 3 men.
Maybe Martell brother as well.
I love you, friend. I heard someone else put that theory out there. I don't know. I don't know.
That's what she had said. That's what she had said. So I don't know.
God, my God. By the way, I had my first Pride Parade experience this weekend
Where about?
in Birmingham.
I was in Birmingham.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
You
make
didn't
the
go to the
parade.
parade?
I didn't make the night parade. I went to the festival that Sunday.
My friend was the grand marshal of the parade, so she
Okay.
invited me to
How was the
participate.
parade?
It was wonderful. When I tell you, that's where I got this fan from.
Okay.
But when I tell you there was a lot of love in the streets,
Mhm.
oh my God, it was at least 200 floats. Everybody was happy, enjoying each other. The music was great. But I definitely enjoyed. Now, when I went to the red dress run,
Mhm.
um with my under the guidance of my friend, that was what I was told was like a smaller version of what Pride in New Orleans would be. It
Yes.
wasn't that. It wasn't crowded like that, but there were a lot of people out there. A lot of
Okay.
people out there.
Well, it was a lot of
We
people at the festival the next day. It was a good turnout, and me and my friend, we was talking. We were so proud of Birmingham for being able to do that because I know that wouldn't happen in Montgomery. Montgomery wouldn't be able to come up with nothing like that to celebrate Pride on that scale. So I was proud of Birmingham for actually putting a weekend together, and it was a success like that.
I haven't seen anything in Huntsville either.
It's literally only Birmingham that does it. Only.
Yeah. Now I will say this too. We were definitely still in Alabama because there was still some hate out there. And let me say to the Saints, if we are supposed to be winning souls to Christ, you're not gonna win people to Christ by going into their loving spaces and preaching hellfire and damnation to
I
them
think
and
so,
telling
and
them they can
terrorizing
go
them.
hell.
Yeah,
That's not gonna
that's not how the
work.
word need to be spread. Yep.
It was hot out there. If you really wanted to preach the love of Christ, you should have preached it with a bottle of cold
Yes,
water.
pass out some cold waters. Get them to come listen if you want
Would have
them to
been
listen to what you
running to
got to
come
say.
see
Yeah,
you.
and talk to them like humans if you want. You want to
Yes,
listen to what you got to say. Don't
exactly.
don't don't condemn them to hell. Out of your first sentence out your mouth is, you're going to hell. You got a sign in their face,
Hmm.
screaming damnation. So
And a
that's not going to get the
megaphone.
message across.
Yeah. So I love God. I love God's people, and God's people is everybody that got blood in their body.
Right.
So I really want church people to understand that God's people is everybody that got blood in their body. Anywho, so Blind Visionary says, make it make sense, sis, because right now it's not right. It don't make sense to us either. That's why we're just putting these theories out here.
It ain't
Ain't
making
no kind
sense.
of God. Ain't no kind of God and all that foolishness. Well, we don't know. I don't know. Maybe she feel like that's what her God is in the snatch. I don't know. I'm trying to help a sister out because Jane ain't looking so good right now. Jane look like to me she might be condemned to hell. But I ain't trying to judge her. I ain't
Yeah,
judging
we ain't
you,
gonna judge
Jane.
it. We ain't gonna
We
judge it.
just trying to figure out what you
We gonna
got
talk
going
about what we
on.
see though. We gonna talk about what we see.
Yeah, and we're gonna learn from your mistakes because clearly some are being made. Something is happening here, and she's doing too much, doing a whole lot, a lot of. All right, I dropped the link down in the comment section. If, for instance, you might get a little courage to come up on screen this evening. So we're moving forward because I got to get over here to icons. Um, so we realized that Courtney is looking at this man like, man, you a whole fool.
Mm-hmm.
But then I asked some questions, Um, we see Kimmy and Maurice, Tisha and Marceau go on a double date. We hadn't seen this in quite some time, I
Yeah, it's
don't
been a
think.
while since we seen the interaction with them like that.
Okay. I had to fill in the picture because Kimmy was over here reading. Now I went and looked up the definition, the slang term read. And the first thing I saw that it says in gay terminology. Oh baby,
Mm-hmm.
that didn't come from the gay community. It did
No.
not. It came from them church mothers, okay? It came from them church mothers. Please understand. Y'all better respect the church because we put some things in the culture too. We add to the culture as well. But anywho, Kimmy was reading Marceau for filth. What was your
She's so
take?
good at it. She's so good at it.
She was.
She's so good at it.
Because the definition says that it's when you tell people about their flaws in a way that normally is taboo. Normally, if you're trying to be polite and you're trying to be courteous, and if you're putting on all of your Southern hospitality, you don't tell people how bad they look or how wrong they are to their face. You go and talk about them behind their back. That's what us Southerners do. You know?
What we call it is the reading is the equivalent of being nice nasty.
Yes. And Kimmy is an expert. She has a master's degree in being nice nasty.
Nice nasty, yes, she does.
Yes.
Nasty, yeah.
First of all, Kimmy is very smart. See, this is what when you know how to read, first thing is you got to have some intelligence.
Yeah, you can't be dumb and reading. They don't go hand in hand.
That's why I don't work for the Green-Eyed Bandits.
Because they're not that smart.
Not that bright. That's why they can't keep up with it.
They're not quick with it. They can't.
When you learn how to read, you have to be observant.
Yes.
You have to be able to observe the room, read the room, let your intuition tell you all their secrets and hold it. And the nice part about it is, as long as they're nice, you're nice and you're smiling.
Yep.
And you're giving them all the niceness. But when they get nasty, it's like
nastier.
Game on. And these are your truths. Yes, at the door. And these are your truths. And that's exactly what Kimmy did. And then she tried to, in her Southern lady demeanor and decorum, she tried to be more self-deprecating than she gave it to him. She was like, well, I know I can be annoying. She was trying to let him take the lead and saying, well, I know I can be slow. But he never would say it.
He never put it on him. Yeah.
And that's what got in his way.
But that's I feel say Marceau not able to do that. If you want to self-deprecate yourself, he's gonna sit back and let you do it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but I will say this though, Marceau is smart too.
He is. Marceau is smart.
Marceau is smart, but what's the problem with Marceau is his ego gets in his way every time.
Every time.
Yeah. Now it's not as bad as Martell's.
Well, see, Marcel, the difference between Marcel and Marceau is Marcel is not smart.
He's not smart, and he got way more ego.
Way more ego. Yeah, it never works out for him. Yeah.
And so Marceau's ego wouldn't allow him to say, "Yeah, I know I take my time," because he could have minimized it too.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't. So Kimmy had to come down to the confessional and tell his tea. She said, "Clock that tea, clock it, clock that tea, clocked it." Yes, she did. She said, well, the true teller is the history. And the history shows, she said, let the record show Tisha ain't got no office.
How many years is it?
Yeah, they still don't have no Scott Manor. That shopping center still ain't together.
Oh, she's reading.
I could go on. But y'all get the point. I said, Kimmy.
Oh, she's reading
him down. I said, Kimmy.
But then he said, yeah, you can read, but can you read?
Read.
But can you read?
Now, with that being said, I wish she was over there on Bravo so we can get her to BravoCon. And she can get into the read room and the reading section. Because, Kimmy, you showed us some skills there, girl. I said, yes. This is what we want. This is what
Kimmy does too. Kimmy set you up with a question for you to read yourself.
She does, because she's a Southern lady.
She's very good at it.
Yes. Now,
Friend, I'm
Alabama
like,
girls do stand out. We do stand out in a way that to others might look real backwoods country slow mentality, but it's actually a setup.
let me run and get my charger for you be on here by yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah. So yeah, Alabama girls will allow you to think that they're dumb. Those that are smart, because some of us are. Some of us are just not intelligent, just not to the degree that we need to be. But for those of us that are cerebral, we will allow you to think that we are just so country and slow. And then we pull out the bagooza. We pull out the big Uzi on you. And then you be like, oh my God, who does she think she is? Why? Because you didn't think I was. That's what it is. I always knew. I'm not thinking about it. I knew it, but you didn't know.
But you didn't know.
And you assume because I was being nice. That nice means that I'm unintelligent. And that's just not the case, sweetheart. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Okay, bless your heart.
And all your inside parts. Yeah. So anywho, in that conversation at the double date, this is not a review. This is a conversation. And I'm really trying to get over here to club icons.
Look, that's what I'm trying to get to. Come on.
So was there anything else about that conversation that you wanted to address?
Not really, because I feel like it was just Kimmy putting a mirror in front of Marcel's face and him refusing to look in it.
Absolutely. And then, let me say this. I will say there was one other thing that I noticed. Tisha is one of them girls that's just not up the party. Tisha is book smart, but she is not street savvy.
I've been saying this for so long, and I feel like Mama Wanda sheltered Tisha from a lot of stuff. She knew Tisha was smart, so she made Tisha stay in her book. She made Tisha stay from outside. I don't think Tisha did a lot of things. And I've been saying since Tisha's been on the show, she is super smart. She has the accolades. She has the piece of paper that she needs. She got the titles behind her name. She's that girl on that sector of it. But Mama ain't that smart in the streets.
Tisha she comes off to me as the girl that is excellent at her job. She's like we say, she's book smart. She has graduated magna cum laude, all the sorority, she's probably on student government. She's doing all the things, all the accolades, but she can't come sit down at the space table.
No. And when she do, you automatically know she out of place.
Yes. As I like to say, bless your heart and all your parts. Amen. Visionary. Are you from Alabama? Please drop down. Let us know where you from, what state. But yeah, so she can't sit at the space table.
No.
And she better not jump into the conversation when the aunties get real loud.
Yes, because it ain't
quiet.
for you. Yeah, it ain't for you.
Let Mama Wanda handle this. You just be quiet, girl. Now, when we go to the boardroom, that's when I want you to speak up.
I want you front and center with your
I want you with your 6-inch heels because she's cute. She's cute as pie. And as Miss Nell say, she swole. So put on your pencil skirt, girl, and show all your Alabama swole.
Let us see it because she is swole, and it's in all the right places too.
Yes. Yes, put the boobs up, the nice bra, but when it comes to them family dinners, hush. This not your scene. This not your setup. But yeah, so and then she really let us know that she wasn't so bright because we were about to be over and done with this scene, and then she wants to bring up the fact that her husband don't have on his wedding ring. Girl, you didn't have to tell us. You acting like what's that forehead girl name?
What's her name?
See, we done forgot her. We erased her off the bulletin board already.
What is it? Because it's like a unisex name, ain't it?
It's not Stormy. It's something. I done forgot it. Sunny.
Oh, really? Sunny. I knew it was a unisex name.
What? Blind visionary, you're from Virginia. You're from the colonies. Oh my God. Okay, so how did you learn these southern terms being from the colonies, honey? From the New Englands of them all. But yeah, so yeah, Tisha let us know that her husband is not wearing her wedding ring. Is it bothering you? Because I thought they had moved past it.
Right.
Because once you know we locked in, we ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna divorce him. As in the words of our good sister Toya Jones, Alabama singer, who was actually on The Voice, who actually had a very promising opportunity on The Voice. She sings this wonderful Southern Soul song. Y'all please check her out on Spotify, Apple Music. She says, if you're gonna cheat, I'm gonna let you cheat in peace. And I need Tisha to just let this man cheat in peace.
Because you already said
you're not going nowhere.
You said it a million times. You said it in 63 different languages that you ain't going nowhere. So let it go. Stop letting that be a part of y'all's storyline.
No. And stop bringing it to our attention because we don't want to talk about it no more.
I wasn't looking at his hands. I didn't know what he had on.
Right, exactly. Nobody was like, girl. And then to even not just bring it up, but to ask his brother to be the one that mediates this situation. Girl, if you don't shut up. Now, Tisha, you letting your slip show.
She ain't this. She's not. She's not. She almost is. She's an airhead. But you know how some airheads are super duper smart when it comes to school stuff, but everything else they just oblivious to? That's Tisha.
Very blonde. Very blonde, but she's no more nice Tish. She's no more nice Tish.
I like it for her.
Yeah, so I hope while she's in the gym with Trisha, Jane, that Jane teaches her how to be stern for real, because Jane know how to be stern.
Yeah.
Jane got a whole lot of aggression, and she knows how to reserve that aggression. So I hope she learns some of that, not just the muscles, because you're gonna be cute regardless, even if you get muscles and you get rid of your swole. You're gonna be cute still, but I hope you learn from the relationship with Jane how to be aggressive in the right manner. Amen. So we're moving forward because we got to get over here. Okay, in the, what do they call them? Sprinters. We have the double Dutch couples, Tisha and Marceau, Kimmy and Maurice. And then on the other side, in the other sprinter, we had Stormy and Courtney and Tarzan and Jane.
Yes.
Blind Visionary says, I am from a very small town in Virginia. I'm talking one traffic light, one high school, farms. Nearest town is about 45 minutes away. And I am semi-southern. See, that's the type of a city that I grew up in. It's real small. It's called Eufaula. And people used to think when I told them Eufaula that I was from Africa. And I don't understand how they gathered that too. They tell me that I don't have a southern accent, but I think I do.
You really don't.
The more I'm in Alabama, the more I hear it myself. So I think I do. But anywho, that's good to know, Blind Visionary. So you're a small town girl, just like me. But Tisha and Marceau, Kimmy and Maurice, Stormy, Courtney, Tarzan, and Jane. Jane proceeds to tell Stormy that Tisha was kicking up dust on Nell's name. It's getting messy, okay? It's getting messy on the ride to Icons. So, Stormy, y'all know I love Stormy. And congratulations once again. Let's go play that video again because Stormy just made $1 million on one single solo live. She's the first person to do it on the Tick and the Talk. Let's play her video one more time.
And good for you, because you're not one of those skinny night. You don't need one of them old bags. You feel me?
several teens from all over the world at TikTok.
Can y'all hear her?
They
Wait,
just
I
wanna
want to make sure they can hear you.
congratulate
What? Y'all can make me cry. Wait, what's the news? Y'all, this is from TikTok. Oh my goodness. What's happening? What's happening right now?
Sorry, it's Gal. I'm the creator team lead, and you just broke the new record. You are the first person to achieve 1 million for one single life.
When it comes to some business, Stormy gonna murder that.
She did. But when it came to the outfit,
Baps, pow. It gave Baps. That's exactly what I told my coworker Care. I don't know if she tuned in right now, but I told her, I said, it was giving Baps. I didn't see nothing else. I saw Halle Berry. That's all I saw. I didn't see nobody else. I didn't even see Stormy.
shout out to Kevin Reynolds, our good friend Kevin. I don't think he can be with us tonight, but he sent his love by the way of Babs. He sent me this, yes. I died laughing because yes, Stormy,
I
you my
didn't like
girl.
I didn't
But
like
don't
it.
do this again.
I didn't like it.
I didn't either.
like it.
Somebody said her breast was social distancing.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't either. Stormy,
And Stormy
and
uses cute. Her stuff uses
exactly.
cute.
Exactly. And Stormy got body yaddy yaddy.
Yes.
And
she the reason smashed it too. She didn't got it.
She's losing weight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw her on her live and her hips are not even as thick as they were. I was like, girl, since January, because I just saw her in person in January. So I was like, girl, you doing it. So I think Tisha is pretty good at this training stuff. She got it going on. She got it on lock. Yep, she got it on lock. But we get over here, and so they're already kicking up dust, kicking up mess in the Sprinter van. And while they over there kicking up mess, Nell is like, I'm ready to celebrate my birthday. Now, I skipped over a scene in the beginning of the episode of Nell and her husband, Chris, in the bedroom.
Oh, Nell actually from the closet.
Yes. And this is what I want to say about that. There's been a lot said online about Chris.
Uh-huh.
Especially after that interview with his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of negative things being said about Chris.
Yeah.
But regardless of the case, whether Nell was a side chick or not, and I think she probably was, regardless of the case of if Chris was a military man out here soaring and doing the work for his country and laying his seeds down and around in all the places. Nell has trained him well.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, they still married.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I ain't going nowhere either, but if I'm going to stay, I'm going to get what I need for me.
Get what I need. I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get what I desire. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Nell said, I want a new closet. I don't have enough place for all my shoes. Now, most husbands would have been like, you can get rid of some of them shoes.
That man ain't time.
No. Chris said, I don't want them problems. I'm just going to get the contractors over here to size.
Chris, you smart.
Yes.
Chris said, what we're going to do, we're going to take one of them rooms.
Yes.
And turn it into your closet. I'm not going to argue with you about it. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Exactly. I've done enough damage. I'm not going to do no more.
I'm not going to say nothing else. You want to rebuild your new house? Well, what else you need? He said, okay, so fast, he didn't even think about it.
At all. So he has been trained. And the daughter even told us that she got all the Chanels, all the Balenciagas. She got all the things now. So she done trained him well. She has trained him well. And even in that conversation, she asked about who was coming to her party. They're on the way now. We're moving to icons, but she lets him know she's a little bit concerned about putting Tisha and Stormy in the same room together because of the way they interacted the last time they were together. He's like, well, you know, they'll be all right. It's your birthday. Nell has that woman's intuition. They don't want to call her the mentor Nell, but it seems like she might just be that. She got a little more wisdom, a little more edge and time on her.
But can we talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah.
Why are they refusing? Well, it's not all of them, but why are some of them refusing to call her mentor Nell? And I've heard she's mentored several of them on different occasions for different reasons.
It's the not so nice Tisha.
Yeah, why is she so hung up on not saying that she mentored me? Because I heard she's mentored her on a few separate different occasions.
We saw it though. Remember?
Yeah.
Was it? It wasn't last season. Was it the season before? It was last season because they just came on full time last season.
Yeah.
When they had that sit down couples date, and
yeah,
she
when they was talking about the Expo.
And she came out and asked, well, how did you get through infidelity in your marriage? Is that not mentorship?
That's one mentorship. We all know she was mentoring Melanie from the start of the demise of her marriage.
And when Melanie threw that glass.
Yeah, they was at their house, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, however it was. But it's clear that she may not be super old, but she's their elder to an extent.
Like a Karen Huger.
Yeah, it's like a Karen. Exactly, like a Karen. Like she can keep up with the girls, but at the same time, we know this is my big sister to say.
Yes.
You know, this my girl. I go to her when I need some help. She been married the longest. We getting this advice. She been in business for almost 30 years. I'm not understanding why she can't be the mentor, but go ahead.
Well, to me, it feels as though Tisha wants to minimize Nell so that she can be the standout girl. And we get there because Tisha didn't have an issue with just one person this episode. Tisha had an issue with everybody, every female on the cast. Let's go on over to Icons. So Club Icons off of Posey Street. Alabama has some nice places to go. So please go patronize Club Icons off of Posey Street in Huntsville, Alabama. They get over to Club Icons and it's a nice place. It's a nice facility. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's a good atmosphere. They got the bar girls. They got all the things. But when they get over there, Tisha already got this attitude.
Already.
Yeah. So
I think the attitude was maybe tequila.
Say that again.
I think the attitude was maybe tequila induced. She was full.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for transitioning this scene for me, because that's where we're going over here. Her attitude started in the car, and then she gets in there, and Nell was a little late. So the lady said, well, let's just have some shots while we're waiting. Let's, Let's serve it up. Serve it up. It's birthday time. It's party 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 time. So Tisha gets a little happy. She starts throwing them back. And they're like, Tisha getting a little amped up. All right, you excited, girl? Her and Kimmy are sitting there talking, and they're getting all into Jane's business. Because Jane wants to be the self-deprecating one this time. They ask her about her marital status, and she gives out conflicting and confusing information once again about her man, the one that's standing right over there.
Right over there.
Right over there.
Probably being just illusionist. It's her.
Yeah. So Kimmy asks her if she was married. Jane says, no, yeah, I'm married, but we're separated and I'm with somebody else. And he's right over there. Jane, girl, Kimmy said, hold up, say what now? So at that point, Kimmy said, we need another shot. Because I can't deal with this. What you talking about, girl? So, yeah, Jane got them all confused. Tisha is a little tipsy now. And Tisha starts to get handsy. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for the ones that were sitting there. And it was uncomfortable for those of us who are watching Tisha go down this path.
It was very cringy. It was giving a real.
So let's pause on Tisha for a moment and talk about Jane and her description of her relationship status. While she's over here describing to the ladies, because I think this is the first time that she's been in concert with them, all the ladies at one time. We've seen her have individual scenes with the ladies, but this is the first time we've seen all cast scene with Jane. So she's trying to explain to the cast of ladies the relationship status. Now, mind you, this is a cast of ladies that are LSE. What is LSE? We talked about LSE last week. Class, let's not forget our definitions. LSE is low self-esteem. And these low self-esteem women get a little jealous and they get a little possessive over their men. So now you come over here, Jane, with your good-looking self, and your best body, and you're trying to tell us that you got a husband and a side dude? Is this a double standard, Ashton?
I think it is. I feel like everybody's treating it as like it's one too. Nobody's asking. Everybody, I guess they don't want to get into it because when she bring it up, everybody do this. Okay, well, okay. But I feel like they should ask some questions. They should hold her accountable. Like, girl, what are you saying? What are you saying? You sound crazy.
Yeah. Sound crazy. So if the shoe was on the other foot, if Tarzan was bringing her around and he was still married, would he get the same treatment that she's getting?
No, they would be crucifying him.
The ladies or the men?
I feel like the ladies would.
The ladies would, but would his friends, his peers, the males, would they crucify him like these ladies about to tear into Jane?
I feel like they'll give him the same inch they've been giving Martez. Like they be trying. It's like they walk a fine line with it. Yeah, we telling you wrong, but we also laughing and giggling with it too. It's never you know what I mean?
We'll still let you bring her on the boys' trip to Atlanta.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell you wrong every now and then, but we're gonna let you do it still. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna excommunicate you from the group.
Yes.
But the ladies clearly seem like they're about to excommunicate Jane.
Mm-hmm.
And Tisha gonna be the president of the excommunication committee.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha already got her hands on this lady like, girl, I'm gonna shake you up. And so it's uncomfortable. And Jane is like, okay, girl, if you don't take your hands off me, you better pick up that cup and get your hands off
You
me.
get your hands off me.
Because I'm about to make this moment iconic over here at Club Icons on Posey Street. So, yeah, Tisha said, all right, let me grab my cup and sip a little more. And that's exactly what she does. And then a moment happened. What was the moment? The infamous walks in. Tisha, with her happy self, who let us know just a couple of episodes ago that she really wasn't even feeling the infamous like that. And she didn't understand why the infamous even wanted to have a gathering with her.
Mm-hmm.
Runs over to the infamous, and this is what happened. What did you think about this?
It's like, Tisha, okay, yeah, I know we are rebuilding our friendship, and we are trying to get to a better place and putting everything behind us and rebuilding. But baby, you in my space. Okay. You need to bag it on up.
Bag.
You need to bag it on up. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the infamous. But in that moment, I have to give her credit.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have hit Tisha.
Yeah.
First of all, yes, we're rebuilding, but we ain't there yet. And what you never gonna do is touch me. Not only are you touching me, you're touching my face. So why did Tisha feel compelled to run over there to the infamous? Could it be because everybody stopped to watch her come in and they made a moment of
Well,
her
I,
entry?
I really think Tisha wants to get on a better page with her too. I really think it was a lapse in judgment, and she thought she could do that with her. I feel like she was playing. It was a joke thing. It was a girl, take them glasses off, let us see your face type thing. And they just not there yet.
Did you see her husband?
Because he knows she dead wrong.
Yeah. I don't know, Ashton. I think a little differently. I think Tisha was jealous, and I feel like the same way she does not want Nell, the mentor, to be a standout on the show, she does not want Mel to be a standout either.
You think she was trying to dim my light?
Yes. Why do you think she wanted her? Take them glasses off.
Who you think you is? Yeah.
Exactly. I need to minimize you down to my level because I'm supposed to be the shining star. I don't know what producer has gotten into her ear, but Tisha, this ain't it. This ain't it. I need you to go do your shadow work, and maybe your shine will be a little brighter. This is not it. And then she takes it a step further. Not only do you snatch at something off my face, then you grab my
You grabbing
hand.
me, yeah.
Her husband done turned his back now because he don't even want to see it.
He discussed it with her.
I was too. And you could see Melody's back stiffen up like she would have hit her.
Because, okay, girl, now you really crossing the line. You really doing
Right.
it. Yeah.
And then her conversation was, well, you said that you wanted to have a conversation with my soul. And the LSC is showing now, Tisha, because I can have a conversation with him and it does not have to be right now. And you don't have to be involved.
I was going to say, you don't even have to facilitate that.
No.
We're on a platform. We're on a platform where we have these discussions. We are castmates. I don't have to go through you to discuss anything with your husband because your husband ain't going through you to disrespect me.
So, and I told you that I was going to have a conversation with him out of respect to you.
To you, yeah.
But I need the respect to be reciprocated.
Because what I don't need you to do is grab his hand, grab my hand, and do us like this and tell us to go talk. And why would I want to talk to him in the middle of the club?
At somebody's birthday party.
Yeah, it's just not the time or the place.
And mind you, Nell is coming in on 10. She ready to party.
She ready to party.
So
whatever birthday it is.
Even when they sat down, friend, I feel like she tried to lump Nell and Melody together.
Yes. Because she made that weird statement about Nell and Mel gonna mess me up. So I'm gonna call you. What was she calling Nell?
Lunel,
Linnell. I guess that's her full name.
and
Yeah.
Melody.
And Mel, yeah. Because Nell and Mel was gonna be too much for her and it was gonna mess her up.
But mind you, she's sitting on this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Her bladder is real full. She rocking back and forth because she don't want to leave the scene to go to the bathroom, but she about to piss on herself, and she's getting in a fight. She done got in 1 fight, 2 fight, 3 fight, 4.
I don't know what with her. And after all that, she was asking for another bottle.
And her husband was like, "You don't need a bottle."
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes. So Tisha, this is not so nice.
Mm-mm.
This is not so nice, girl. And it ain't even cute. It ain't funny. It's not entertaining. You look real bad right now. So then she can't get the reaction she's looking for out of Jane, Nell, or Melody.
Yep.
Melody done sat back and put her shades back on, like,
This girl, you tripping.
Yeah.
You was
It
tripping.
was almost like, you know, that scene on The Simpsons where Homer bags back into the bushes.
into the bush. Yeah.
So,
Girl, you was tripping.
yes.
I'm about to get up out of here.
Right. That's the way I saw. And I will say this too, because you know, I'm a whole lady out here. And there are some decorum, some Southern hospitality that must be followed. I only noticed, maybe the cameraman just didn't show it, but the only person that I noticed brought a gift was the infamous.
Yeah. You know, she always be on top of that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would hope the rest of them did and they just didn't get caught on
I
camera.
hope so.
Edited out. Yeah.
I hope so, because that's, you know, just how the those 20 pearls, that's how they get down.
Yeah.
That's how, yeah.
That's the thing. Tisha should know, because
and you know, this is why I love you, because you be taking the words right out of my mouth. With all this denouncing and renouncing going on, Tisha, you about to be denounced and renounced. Because what the girls do that wear the pearls, they do not get drunk on camera.
Nope.
They do not act like
now
this.
They get drunk,
but you ain't nobody gonna see it.
You ain't gonna see it, and you ain't gonna have no proof about
evidence
it.
Of it.
You gonna have no, yeah. You're not gonna have no proof of it ever happening.
And you making us look bad right now. She doesn't wear her apparel, but she does wear that pink and green bracelets on her arm. I pay attention.
And you know, a lot of them do that now. They don't blast it out, but if you look at their wrists, they're gonna have that. Yeah, men and women, they're gonna have the bracelet on. Yep.
They're gonna renounce you, sweetie. I don't know if you remember. I think it was right out of most of the ladies that were on the show came from Alabama State. When they had the sorority and fraternity reality show.
And after that first episode aired, they woke up the next morning with all the sororities saying, "No, ma'am."
Exactly. No, because their behavior was not becoming.
Yep.
Of these
and
organizations.
A few of them got
excommunicated.
Yeah.
Renounced and denounced. Yeah. You don't have to worry about giving us a letter. We're gonna give you one.
We're gonna give you a letter. Okay. Right. What Shawnee say? Thank you for your services.
Thank you. Don't make me go play the clip.
Thank you for your services.
Thank you for your services. Yeah, but Tisha, you really are down bad right now.
That was not a cute scene. That was not a good look for her at all. That scene was horrible. And it set her back some, because I was enjoying her this season so much. This was like, this is a new Tisha. She ain't playing no games. She letting the girls know, and then you come in and pull that drunk mess. You look like an alcoholic. That's how you was acting, like somebody drunk auntie. Lush. Like somebody drunk auntie that's coming to ruin the party. Because what's your heart on with Nell?
Exactly. Like I said, I feel like she just does not want Nell to be a standout, a breakout star. And Nell she's about to be that. She's going to be a fan favorite.
Yeah.
She's cute. We don't know her age. I think I heard Carlos say she's not yet 60.
She's not
We
yet
don't know
60.
her
Okay,
age, but
and I'm
whatever it
sure
is,
she's probably close to it. She looks good. Mama
very
looks
good.
Yeah.
Very good. And she hasn't caused any problem. And Nell even said that. What did I do to you? She said all of us can be feisty, but I hadn't done anything to you. But
Yeah,
let
for
me
you to
tell
walk in
you,
and put that on me when every woman in this circle has had a feisty moment. Kimmy
but
included.
you know who came with it. She said, oh, Tisha said, okay, I'm gonna go around the circle and see who I can get. And she got with the right one. She went over there messing with Babs. And Babs said, okay, let's do this.
Wait, that's her actual face listening to Tisha. This picture of here.
Say that again.
This picture.
Exactly.
That's her actual
Exactly.
face. That's how she was listening. Like, girl, what are you talking about?
she was like, okay, yeah, I'm the one. Didn't Stormy throw a chair or a table or something? The first season she came on the show.
When she got into it with Destiny?
Yes.
Yeah. It was
Stormy said, yeah, you got the right one now. I'm finna show you what feisty is about.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Right. But in this season, she said, what's up?
What's up?
You gotta hang on to it though.
In this scene, she told Tisha, she said, you the one said it. I said, what you mean? Explain it to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you mean by popping pills.
Yeah, what you meant by that.
She didn't let it go either. She didn't
I
let
don't
it go.
blame her, because don't put that on my name.
It was to the point her husband was standing on the other side of the room like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, here you go. I thought we was coming to chill.
Because he didn't see her stabbing the grass. He know who he married. He is not blinded by the snatch.
Oh, my God.
He lives in the world of reality. And he know the reality is my wife will mop the floor with you, Tisha.
And it won't even be on reality style. It'll be real street.
It'll be real Mississippi.
Real Mississippi.
Cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback.
And Tisha, we know you ain't built like that, girl.
I know Bessemer got some people now. Bessemer got some people. They got more shooters than fighters.
They ain't got her, though.
But you ain't one of them.
You ain't one of them.
What Kendrick said, they not like us.
They not like us.
They not like us. You're not like us. You're not like that. You're not built like that, Tisha. Blind Visionary says, I did not know that Tisha was an AKA. You can tell I have never watched this show. Listen, Blind Visionary, I hope you go watch it. Please do.
Go watch it.
Please do. The ratings are down, so we need the views.
I know you enjoy our commentary, but when you go back and watch it, you think we funny. When you put what we saying with the show, you're gonna die.
Exactly. Exactly. But if she remains in her bag, if she remains in that wheelhouse of boardroom Tisha, boardroom baddie, then yes, she is giving all the AKA realness. She is giving power girls. She
can have a little fun too. She got some fun.
Yes, but this,
that's not.
This ain't it.
Now, you got drunk.
We don't want a Bessemer baddie.
Yeah, you got drunk and came in and picked a fight with every single person outside of Kimmy.
Right, and even Kimmy went to reading again. I said, Kimmy, oh, now she been your doggone ally this whole 6 episodes, and Kimmy got over in that confessional and read Tisha as well. She said, it's time. I've been holding my tongue for 5 episodes. I got to let this go before my tongue get to bleeding. She said, when Tisha get to drinking, she becomes lie Tisha. Not love Tisha, but lie Tisha.
Ooh.
So that tells me that Tisha can lie too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I ain't one to gossip, and you ain't heard it from me, but I think Jane got a whole lot of lies.
Oh, well, she tell them every time she on the screen. I feel like
because her stories don't be adding up. Let's go here for just a moment. She said in one scene at the table, she said that it's been 3 or 4 years that she's been separated. Then she said 4 or 5 years that she's been separated. Then she gets down to she told Stormy that she would remember when they were back in the wine room. She told Stormy that she was related to Nell.
Yes.
Nell's side of the family. Nell's side of the family was related to her mom's side of the family. Then she gets down here to Icons and tells them that she's related to Chris side of the family. That Chris side of the family don't ever know who she is. Girl, which one is it, girl? Because you sound like you the lot aura over here. Girl, what you doing? Not only do you got skeletons, but you got them lies trying to hide them. What's the real truth? I want production to expose every one of them. Remember when Atlanta Housewives first started and the producers would actually sit in the confessional with the ladies? You would never see their face.
You never see them, but you'll hear them sometimes.
I need one of them type of confessionals. I need them to confront them on the spot when they telling these lies in the confessionals.
Yeah, and say, random. That's not what you said, though.
Exactly. Give them push back, and make them lies come on out. Because that's where the entertainment is. That's where the story lies. Okay, when it comes to this reality TV show. Good friend Carlos. Now, I didn't go to school for no doggone media or no production. None of that, but I am good at storytelling. So, if you just happen to need a consultant or another producer, come on over here. Let's talk. Can we talk? Can we talk? A minute. I already know your name. I need you to know my name.
We have a lot of conversations.
Yes, but I got something else I want to talk about. Cause are we done with Icon?
We done with Icons. We done with Icons.
Oh, wait. One caveat. I'm sorry. Side note. The men. Now, even though he is the attorney on the show, I have always said this one right here. He is not the smartest of the bunch. I think he's just one notch above Martell. I think Moses might even have a little more on him.
And Moses talk like he got his finger on the thing, reading what he got to say. That's how he thought.
He seemed that him and Tisha probably he should have hooked up with Tisha instead of Marcel, because him and Tisha are just alike. He's book smart. And it sounds like he probably is good in the courtroom. Because he was giving, yes, and he was giving Tarzan correct advice. In fact, he looked like he was about to blow a gasket. Man, it don't take 5 years to get a divorce. You can get divorced.
Can't nobody make you stay married to him.
Exactly.
Yes.
You can get a divorce. I told you how long it took me but the part with me was we had to make sure he got served before we could move forward with the divorce. This girl ain't even. That's another lie she told. She told us a couple of episodes back she hadn't signed the papers. Then we found out this episode she ain't even started the divorce.
They don't even exist. The papers don't even exist. He can't be served nothing because it don't exist.
Exactly. So even let me tell you from my experience, what I learned is that even once they are served and they are notified that a divorce is on the table, if they choose not to sign and you continue to go and present yourself to the judge, after about 2 or 3 times of that, the judge is going to sign them papers for you.
For them.
And say it's done. It is finished. Close the book. Because what we're not going to do is keep wasting time, keep wasting taxpayers' dollars, keep wasting your dollars for attorneys to come up in here. It's just not going to keep happening. So, yeah, you can get a divorce. And Maurice is looking at him like he's stupid. We already know Courtney done already wrote him off. Marceau laughing at him. Oh, doggone it, Ashton. I'm trying to get through this live and not be 2 hours. But we got to address the kids, Nell's kids.
Mm.
I didn't like the conversation that Marceau was having with Nell's kids at her birthday party.
Me either. And I didn't like the tone he was having it in. But I do like Nell children because what he said, they feisty. Nell feisty, them children feisty. Just like her, because she said, "What do you mean by what that mean?"
Exactly. And Marceau, shut up.
Shut it right, zipped it right on up. 'Cause what are you saying to me,
Yes.
man?
Yes. But here's the thing. I know that they have been friends for a while, and I have friends that I don't mind having conversations with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
But it's certain conversations, even though I've talked to my friend about it, you don't address my child
My
about it.
child, because you don't even know my child know what's going on or not.
Exactly. And how much in depth I've
I
gone with my
went with
child.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might have told you, my friend, how I can't stand this long neck, big lip bastard. Please excuse my language. But I'm not gonna say that to my
My
child.
child, yeah.
That's his daddy. And I keep it respectful and cute with my child. So for him to address that with her children, even though they are grown, my child is grown too, but I just don't talk like that
Yeah,
about his
it's a
dad.
line. It's a line.
Mm-mm. I didn't like that. I didn't like
Yeah.
that at all. And then especially at her birthday party.
But you know, Marcel don't have any decorum when it comes to stuff like that. He don't know when and when not he can or should say stuff, and he just do whatever Marcel feel like he want to do, and that's
I
always
need
gonna be
him
his
to put that in
downfall.
his Amazon shopping cart, some discretion. Because he just I'm trying to give you your
It's
props,
just
Marcel.
inappropriate. It was just inappropriate.
It was very much so.
Now
I'm
I
trying to give you
understand touching the topic because the topic is a storyline on the show. It can be discussed because it is being talked about. The topic of the interview or whatever. But when you trying to psychoanalyze Nell to her kids and why we can't feel like we can do this and blah 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 and all that stuff like that, it's you going too far. Them are kids. Leave her kids alone.
Yeah. And don't get into an ugly conversation about my family business with my kids at my birthday party. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now I want to talk about what's going on in these social media streets, because I have been saying this, and there's a reason I gave her the title of the infamous. There is a reason I just don't see it for her. I'm not being ugly. I'm not being funny. People, love to say, well, if you don't like somebody, you must be jealous of them. No, that I promise you that ain't it. I promise you that's not it. I see something in her that just don't aligns with righteousness. And it has nothing to do with her situation with Martell. It has nothing to do with that. It's what I see demonstrated in her behavior. It's also what I saw and witnessed when I went to the Reality with the King in Huntsville, and the behavior with those millimeters in the room. The energy in that room was not pleasant. It was thick, it was palatable, it was vile, it was dirty feeling to me. This is my personal experience. I have seen, because I try not to get involved in that, but I see these content creators out here picking sides. It's either black or white, it's either Democratic or Republic, it's either Celtics or the Mavericks. There's no gray area. And I feel like that's a downfall of us as an audience. We have to learn that people are not just black and white. There are some aspects of us that are gray. And just because I'm not on Martell's side does not mean I got to stand on Mel's side like a stand and say everything that she does is righteous. That don't mean that, because we are people. We are all fallible.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say, friend?
You know what I feel about it.
I don't. I want you to tell the audience. I don't want you to tell our viewing audience. And thank you for those that are here. Please make sure you hit that like button as you're coming in.
I don't see the same things that you see in Melanie. I don't see them. Now I do feel like she is bitter, but I feel like she's bitter for a good reason. I feel like she still has to heal. She has some healing to do. And I feel like she hasn't. I think she may be starting to do the work because we are witnessing a different male this season. As far as interacting with her cast members, I feel like she's a different male, but I don't see um the darkness in her that you see. I don't see it. I don't see it. Now, as far as the coat and her millimeters or whatever, I can't. I still don't see them in action, and I guess because I don't think I follow Mel on Instagram or anything like that. I don't do the YouTube blogs or wherever where all the comments and all that stuff like that. So I don't see them in person. Now I consider myself to be smart. I know everybody ain't lying on them. How vicious they can be. Everybody singing the same tune when it comes to them. But as far as Mel, I just want her to get to a point where she is completely healed inside and out from all she's been through. So no, I can't agree with how you view her. I think we on two different spectrums when it comes to that.
And that is to be respected.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the reason why I have this definition up here is because I want us to think. Questions are meant to provoke thought. Are these millimeters a cult? Have they become a cult? The definition says that all they need is a charismatic leader and a subject that all can just tie into, and they get on a mission for this one subject matter. The charismatic leader is the infamous. That subject that they've all laid into is that Martell is wrong. So now all of them are tearing into this one matter. What I see, because I'm going to stand on the side of righteousness, what I see is negative energy being spewed out. I saw it. I especially saw it. Witnessed it live and in color at that Reality with the King. It's vicious, it's vile, it's negativity in the room. It was to the point that Carlos even had to tell one of the ladies, "Hey, this is my show." All right, calm down. Like he said it in a joking, laughing manner, but he had to check her in a nice, nasty manner. Carlos, you from the South? I know you from Detroit. But yeah, like y'all need to settle down. But what we're witnessing now is I feel like it's becoming so bad that it might cause the demise of this show, because they are out here suing each other left and right. The millimeters can't even come and be in unison in their mission and their plight to stand behind her. They fighting each other now because the energy is negative energy. It was a fight against anybody that said anything positive about Martell. Now it's a fight against each other. They fighting each other. Apparently. So you said that you don't follow Melody. I don't follow her either. I stopped following her after like the second season because I felt like she was bitter then. And I have my own stuff that I have to get over, and I can't hear that and allow it to seep into my spirit, or else it'll be easy for me to fall over into bitterness too. But I am the taboo topics tea girl, so I'm gonna let bitterness sit over in somebody else's cup. I'm gonna be sweet. I'm gonna have some sweet tea over in my cup. Let's see. Hey there, Pacino Rules. Welcome back. She said, I wouldn't say it's a cult because Melody is not actively leading it, or is she? I would say that some of them are idolaters. You said it, Pacino. I didn't. But there's a way to put a stop to it. That's the thing. And I don't want to get too deep, but I believe in the spirit that you emanate into the atmosphere. It's going to you give life to it. Your words, when you start speaking, you're speaking out negativity, it gives life to those words. It gives life to that energy, that negative energy. That's why I'm very sensitive about how people speak around me. Anywho, Blind Visionary says, my understanding is that her fans are unearthing the truth about the cast members that they would like to keep hidden because said cast members made disparaging remarks towards Melody. Okay, that might be true. I try not to get too far into it, but as I was pointing out, Ashton says he doesn't follow Melody. I don't follow Melody either, but I do follow a lot of content creators. There's a lot of content creators that I've been in the bushes watching for a long time, for some years now, because I don't really watch TV. Ever since 45 came into office, I stopped watching actual TV because I was inundated with all that negativity that I did not want in my ear. So I started following content creators. And now I'm hearing content creators spew out this negativity. And it's a problem for me. It's like, whoa, what is happening here? A movement in the wrong direction. Pacino Rule says, I think QSDs, I don't know what QSD is. Is that the Queen Sheba? A big fight happened over on a content creator's live stream the other night. All right. Showed that some of them don't listen to her. They're going to do what they want to do. So was Marceau wrong when he called them? What did he say about them? Did he call them degenerates? I don't think that was the word. Tisha and Destiny said that they were bitter middle-aged women. Were they wrong when they said that? What do you think, Ashton?
That's what it sounds like. That's the consensus of it from what I've seen from other people talking about them. Like I said, I really don't be seeing these people, and I really want to keep it that way too. I don't want to see them.
Blind Visionary says, I don't watch the show. I only have Facebook and I don't participate in any group. So I really don't know what's going on in the YouTube streets. Well,
is YouTube like their playground? Is that where they usually be at in the YouTube comments? Was Instagram like where do they, how they get down?
So from my understanding, these millimeters will get on X, because X has these meetup groups. They get on Facebook groups. They get in YouTube chats, and they hash it out in those streets. I think on Instagram too, but I don't know if there's like a group setting on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram a whole lot. I just post over there, but I don't be over there like I am in YouTube. So, but I didn't realize all this stuff was happening until I saw Melody on a content creator's platform. She came out saying that she had planned to have a MeloCon similar to BravoCon. I'm a pause, pregnant pause for a reason. Okay, Ashton don't see nothing wrong with it. That looked like ego to me too.
With the MeloCon?
Yes.
But okay, is it not fair for her to embrace her fans and celebrate with them?
No, it's fine. It's fine. But to take on that similarity to BravoCon, that's real audacious to me. Mm. So she was going to have a MeloCon, and she canceled it, even though she's already made investments into this event. She had to cancel it. I'm coming to you, Pacino. I'm not ignoring you. But she had to cancel it because there's so much infighting amongst her fans that she did not feel like it was going to be a safe environment.
Wow. See, I'm not privy to any of this. So they're now into it with each other. And what's the fight about?
People are doxing, which is illegal. They're putting people's addresses out so that other people can go and possibly be violent to them. Pacino Rule says, I don't agree with that opinion. Some of them act in alignment with her brand. Some of them don't. Okay. The idolaters in the fan base dent the reputation of the whole. Pacino says Melicon was the brainchild of a fan. Oh, okay. All right. Understood. So I'm getting the residue, Pacino. So excuse me if I don't have the meat of the matter. And thank you for adding more context to this conversation. But my point is, I noticed a while back the negativity that she exudes. And birds of a feather flock together. When you're positive, negative people tend not to want to be around you because you irritate them. When you're negative, positive people don't want to be around you because you irritate them. But somewhere in the mix, Pacino, these idolaters have wanted to be around her. So what was the connection? What was the attraction?
I honestly think the attraction was her situation, and I feel like they grew to be something that it didn't originally start out to be. I feel like they all flocked to Melanie because of what was happening. And I think the toxicity of her situation probably bred these crazy people. That's what I'm calling crazy people. Because the stuff
so
I've been
is
hearing.
Marcel wrong for saying what he said about him? Because now we see coming up, Melanie's going to have a sit down with him about him speaking out on the situation with her and Martell. But she also has an issue with the things he said about her fans.
I can see her gripe with it because don't give my entire fan base a name when it's not the whole fan base acting this way. Yes, but that's what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. I think her walking away from the marriage and rising was an inspiration. And I feel like that's what started the fan base. I feel like that's what gave her the following. And as toxic as everything was, I think it poisoned a lot of them. That's the word I'm gonna use. Poison. Poison a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay. These are just questions. I had to talk about it because it's been so much happening. Not only are they doxing, people are doxing each other, they're also fighting. Someone mentioned swatting. This was a new word that I just learned. Swatting is I'm sending the police to your house.
For a fake reason, yeah.
That's dangerous. They're calling people's jobs and making complaints about the person on their job as if they did something wrong on their job, which could affect their income, their livelihood.
Yeah. It's just never that serious for me. It's a TV show. It's never that serious. But see, and I feel like some people have that stand-like mentality, and I just don't have it because if we want to really get into it, a lot of people have these type of fans. Beyonce got them. Nicki Minaj got them. And that's the thing now, especially with female artists, music artists, usually they have, once they get to a certain level, they have to name their fan base. Rihanna got the Navy. What it is, JT from City Girls, she called hers the Juvies. Like it's like it's a trend now. And these people, like Pacino said, sheep like, and they feel like their whole entire existence is defending and defending their person, whoever they decide to follow. Now, I do consider myself a part of the Navy. I love Rihanna to death.
I know.
I
I
love her
know.
to death. Okay. But what I'm not going to do is get on the internet and fight with people because they got a different opinion about her than I do.
So with that being said, like Pacino says, the subs are sheep-like.
Mm-hmm.
The CCs bear a responsibility for some of the bad behavior. What do you mean by the CCs? What is that? My theory is that the idolaters want everybody to have the same opinion, and they go out and do ridiculous things.
That's
All right,
exactly what I just said.
All right. So with that being stated, I'm at this place with my son that I love. I'm teaching him leadership now, and what distinguishes him from peers, even though you're the same age and you have similar upbringings, there's a mindset that distinguishes you from a leader. I mean, you from a follower, leaders and followers. We could have jumped in the same tub and took a bath together, jumped in the same shower, did the same things. But if my mindset is different as a leader, I have to learn, or I have to know how to speak to you in a manner that subdues all bad and keep you mission focused. What are your thoughts on that statement?
I agree with that.
I think that it was a good thing for Melody to cancel this event.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it would have been peaceful.
But there is a $10 million lawsuit out against content creators. I really would love for
Who is
her.
suing them?
Say that again.
Who is suing them?
Someone from the cast. I don't know
Okay.
if it's Maurice or if it's Melody, but someone from the cast is suing content creators for $10 million.
Mhm.
Knowing that these content creators are over here scrapping for pennies on YouTube. Some of the CCs have done things like report the Expo for fraud. What's the business, Black Business
The
Expo?
Ep6 in Tisha voice.
I love how you spelled it though. Another contacted the organizers of an event where Martell was to appear. See, this is going too far. And if this continues to happen, I can't see the show going on. And I am over here as a fan of the show because we don't have any other reality TV shows in Alabama. I want to see the success of the show based on the fact that these are Alabamians on national TV getting national coverage.
But see, I think this situation has snowballed and it's not even up to Melanie anymore. They acted on their own. Their whole it's an entity. I don't even want to blame her for it because I feel like from what I'm getting from what y'all are saying tonight, the fan base has I can't even put it in words.
I think I know where you're going with
They're
it.
too far gone.
Right. And I do agree with you. I
Yeah.
do agree with you. And I also agree that I don't blame her for all of their actions. But I also say that I would love for her to come out and really address it directly.
Okay.
Because even as the executive producer, I would think that Melody's intention and her purpose is for the better good of the show. Some of the stuff that they've even done to other cast members, she has not addressed. And she said it in this picture that I put up today. I witnessed her say, well, they didn't speak for me. So why do I have to speak up for that? Bitterness was coming out in a place that I really wanted her to show leadership.
I get that, but at the same time, they didn't. None of them did, and they
So,
never
but
do.
she was addressing here's the difference. She was addressing how no one spoke against Miss Wanda when Wanda was talking about the kids' hair or something to that effect. But so why should she address the millimeters when they're talking about the cast members? Because it's about to tear up your show. It's about to take your check. Now, she just told Kiki a couple of episodes ago that when it comes to her and her check, she had to correct Kiki. But why are you not correcting your fans? Are you just as committed to the fans, to the foolishness? Is this a symbiotic
I
relationship?
don't
You're
think
getting
she's
something
committed.
from it as well.
I don't think she's committed to the foolishness, and I don't think she support the foolishness. I just don't think, and it may be an ego thing. She don't want to piss them off and lose her fan base. That's why
But
she push
sometimes
out.
silence is complicity.
And it I'm not disagreeing with that either. But I feel like she is probably she don't want to piss them off.
All right, so Pacino, thank you. Pacino, you know all the tea. Yes, Pacino, where my teacup at? Girl, serve it up, serve it up. Let me give you the oh, Pacino know all the tea. Pacino says the sewer was a sub and panelist on several channels. Okay. All right. So, I'm just getting the residue, like I said. She said, you completely agree. I wish I had more definition on that. Okay. I don't think that it will stop, honestly. She was on a live and made comments in the chat, but it didn't make any difference. Yes,
And
you are
that's what I
serving.
mean by it being too far gone. I don't think her at this point, her speaking out about it is going to stop them from doing anything. I feel like that the people in her fan base that are doing these things, they're not going to stop. And I don't
So
think Melanie herself.
degenerates, I think that's the word that Mark, I can't remember what he said. It was the same word that Hillary Clinton said, and it's just escaping me. But so where and how do we put a stop to this? If we don't think Melody could stop it, how do we get a stop to this? Because it's got to come to a stopping point. And I don't want it to be that the stopping point is that the show deplorables.
Deplorables. That's what it
You.
was.
Thank you. Deplorables. Oh, but yeah. So where do we? Because I don't want it to be that the show stops. I don't. I've seen Melody take a back seat in this season. I also have noticed that she's not promoting the show. People are pointing out that she's not promoting the show. I've also noticed that her millimeters have vowed to boycott the show. And they are going on every week to show every episode how the ratings are going down, further and further down. It's counterproductive. If these are your fans, why would your fans want you to lose ratings? Because you're getting paid off the ratings.
Yes, that's true. But I get it. Why they're doing it. I am not saying it's smart. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do. But I get why they are boycotting the show because nobody on that show is a Melanie fan. Nobody ever has her back. Nobody ever take up for her, speak out for her, like when she brought up the Wanda situation. Nobody should have allowed Wanda to sit on that show and disrespect Melanie and her kids the way she did, the way that she continuously did. Nobody ever has Melanie's back. So I understand her fans being angry with the show and not being a fan of the show right now.
But can you say that Carlos had her back because
No,
Wanda is no longer on the show?
I feel like that only happened because Wanda had became a snake, and Carlos had his hand on her head, and if he let her go, she was gonna bite anything. So he had to get her off. He didn't have a choice but to get her off. I don't
But
necessarily think. I don't necessarily think he did that to have Melanie's back. Yeah, he just started supporting her with the Martell stuff. Exactly.
All right, so would you read these comments from Pacino?
They're going to implode. The ratings are still high enough to get renewed. Bill Collective was renewed with lower ratings, and Bill Collective is not a good show. I hate them.
What? I love the Bills.
Child, don't get me started. The fan base is divided about the boycott, and I can understand why they are divided about that. But also says Carlos has Martell's back, and that's exactly what I just said. Pacino using my brain. He just started being on Melanie's side with that because Carlos is also a fake.
Yeah, but okay, so Carlos has to play politics too, and I see his.
He don't do it all the time.
He
picks and chooses because he get in the mess when he wants to. He don't always put up politics.
But this is what I see with Carlos, and why he doesn't just really give Martell the boot. We know that Martell is not a man of character when it comes to his wife or ex-wife and family. But Martell makes good TV.
Well, my comment was not about him being kicked off the show. It's about people telling Martell when he's wrong.
Yeah. So and the same thing that's happening with Andy is it may be happening with Carlos. Allegedly, let me put my banner down here, Father. Woo! Ashton, why didn't you remind me earlier to put it down here? Allegedly, Andy is on thin ice with the network because not only are all these lawsuits happening, but he has let too many of his cast get too far gone because he plays favorites. So the network is like about to make some decisions that might not be favorable to him. Maybe Carlos has the same type thing going on. I think that Carlos is he calls himself the king of reality TV, that he is the best at producing. This is what's in his brain, and I'm just repeating some things that I've heard him say, paraphrasing, trying to play devil's advocate a little bit. Maybe he's thinking I can get more value out of Martell, so I'm not going to get rid of him, and I'm not going to make it a bad situation.
The value you want to get out of Martell is on the Martell clothes.
Okay, so here we go. Another something else I thought about. I see Melody taking a back seat this season. The same way we mentioned the other week that we don't think that Martell's going to come back. It almost appears like Melody might not come back either.
Well, I wouldn't blame her if she walked away from the show.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame her either.
I wouldn't blame her.
Because she really doesn't have a relationship with these people on the show. So it can't be ensemble if she ain't assembling. So, I wouldn't blame her. Pacino says, I think Carlos is talented, but he lost control of the show. Maybe so. But I also think that even if they don't come back, Melody could have a spinoff of her own. Martell could have a spinoff of his own. I think so. I think people will watch. I know everybody's mad at the way
It ain't even that I'm mad at him. He's just not smart. What are you gonna do?
I know that's what's entertaining. That's why people watch folks on Zeus Network. This Krishan stuff is a big deal. I even had, when I went out to California, this Hispanic girl was trying to tell me, and when she finally said Krishan, I was like, what? You watching this mess too? She's like 20 years old watching this mess. But it's a big deal. People and are entertained by not so smart people doing real crazy stuff on TV. People are entertained by that. It ain't my cup of tea, but people will watch. And then they're attractive too. People will watch. So I think maybe that's where Carlos see Melody. Melody is a beautiful woman. People will watch her try to find a new man or try to find a stepdaddy. You know, people will watch that. Now she got to get rid of that bitterness and allow the fun and free and loving energy to come up and come out. But people will watch it. Does that make sense? Or am I making sense? Or so maybe that's what Carlos see. None of the cast seem to hang out together off camera anymore, and that's a problem. I don't think either of them can carry a show solo. The right producer, I think, could do something with the talent.
I think the only one that could do it is Melanie. I feel like she carried the show the first couple seasons anyway. So
you think so?
I know a lot of people was watching. That's why she the only one that got the fan base. They was watching because of her. Tisha wasn't interested in the beginning. Kimmy wasn't. I mean, a lot of people still don't like Kimmy today.
So like I said before, I watched them and I was interested in them because my interest is not necessarily the people individually. It's the stories.
Yeah.
So and their interaction with one another. That's what I watch for. Blonde Visionary says, I think Carlos is supporting Melody because he understands the fan base she has. That's why she was the first guest one in his tour. I think so. He is a businessman at the same time. But I also can understand why he's not trying to just, excommunicate talent. I do understand that. Now, but with that being said, if we could express clearly and expect emphatically for Carlos to put some things in check, why can we not express and expect Melody to put some things in check? Because these are her fans.
I mean, you can expect that from her. I feel like people do expect it from her, but I personally don't think it's going to solve nothing if she do it. I don't think it's fixable. I don't think nothing that they're doing is fixable. I don't think she can snap a finger and make them stop. I don't see it. I don't see nothing coming from it.
It's pretty clear. Pacino says it's pretty clear to me that the cast members don't like each other. And I want to say, as a supporter of the show, it's also clear to me that the audience is a little bit bipolar in our expectations of the cast.
I feel like that's reality TV all across the board.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And you be taking the words out of my mouth. I love the fact that we think alike in a lot of ways. Not always, and that's fine, but in a lot of ways. When it comes to what I will watch on TV, like I said, I don't watch a lot of TV. It's specific shows that I want to watch, and I watch them for specific reasons. It's something that I want to learn. I like to learn. But it's something that I want to learn from watching these shows. I'm not just watching it because some people, I feel like some of us as the audience watch for fights. We watch these reality TV shows like it's World Star Hip Hop.
Yes. And when it's not no fighting is deemed,
then it quickly get bored.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a mindset moment for us to retrain our brain. I come from the era of the Cosby Show, from the era of Good Times, from the era of A Different World, where we were watching family shows where it wasn't a lot. I didn't see fighting. I don't recall it. If it was on there, Sanford and Son, aside from, you big dummy, and him, saying all kind of craziness to Esther that was comical. I didn't see physical fighting, and I don't want to see it now. That is not my expectation. I, as a supporter of the show, don't want to see another one of our majority Black cast go down into the sea of forgetfulness because the audience can't make up its mind what we want to watch, because the audience is confused and conflicted by who we want to support. I've seen we're in season, where we're heading into season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've seen those producers try to bring new people on just about every year, and it's always, they're boring, get rid of them. Why did you cast that? And it's you don't give them time to develop the story of these people. And then we find out through social media that these people are actually awesome people.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't give them an opportunity to share their life and share their reality with us on these shows. It's problematic to me, and I really desire for us to change.
It's toxic.
It is. And I was trying to use nice words.
That's why you gotta call it what it is. It's real toxic.
I was trying not to put my hand on my hip and let my black
Sometimes you gotta let it slip.
But I really want us to really come to a place where we have an understanding that it's going to take these producers some time, because the housewives, even the housewife shows, even though this is not a housewife show, the format is similar.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have 20 something episodes, and they took their time in developing these characters right before our face. Now the season is over in 10
14 episodes, yes, and that's reunion included.
Yes. The gentleman's name is Ashton.
I am Ashton.
It's pretty. I think the format of these shows has possibly played out, and that's a good point. But because another thing that for balance, I want the producers to realize the art of storytelling is not to tell the same story every time. Who's our comedic effect on the show? There has to be a protagonist. There has to be an antagonist. There has to be some comedy for it to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Atlanta used to have that formula down to a T. That's why they had the success they had.
And who was producing?
I want him to get back into that bag, though.
Mm-hmm. Pacino, this is for you. I'll let you read those.
Okay, Ashton. We seem to be on the same page a lot of things. I noticed that too, Pacino. And she said, Real Housewives of New Jersey is not going to have a reunion. They shouldn't have one. We talking about toxic. It's so toxic over there. I stopped watching. I can't even. The cast don't like each other. They filming separately. They don't even speak to each other when they come in. It's just like, who want to watch it? Who want to watch it?
It's already hard for us to have a majority Black scripted show. And now we are about to be aired out on the reality shows. What are we going to watch? And that's the part that I'm looking at. In the big picture, I want to see these Black shows. I do. For me, as a viewer, it's a social experiment. It's like, it's fun to me to see how these people are going to interact with each other. I used to love to see Nene read the girls and then they go have fun together. You know what I mean? I love that because, honey, that reminded me of my mom and grandma and them church women, they get on the
Mhm.
phone, on the telephone, and talk real bad about each other, and then they praising God together in church, you know?
Who want to sit down and watch TV because TV is supposed to be leisure, and what you're watching is completely darkness and
Like
heavy beats.
Potomac.
Nobody want to watch that. I want to see y'all argue about the trip y'all gonna take, or um, I wanted to see y'all throwing a little light shade. I want to see y'all reading somebody down because they had you messed up. But I
I
also
want
want
that
to see you,
Bob to be.
yes.
I want
But
you to talk
then I
about the
also
Bob.
want to see y'all talking about it, apologizing, and then moving on and having fun. That's what I want to see.
Exactly. Exactly.
Even when Nene told Claudia it was rung up and she needed a new, you know,
Uh-huh.
because it was worn out. And
Mm-hmm.
when Claudia told her hair was looking like George Washington's, the next episode when they was in the sprinter, they all apologized to each other.
Yes. Yes.
Instantly.
And then you got Thedra in the confessional showing all the shade, throwing all the shade.
But I want to see that. That's fun. That's
Where
fresh.
is Thedra?
That's fresh. But
Yes. That was fun. And I also I enjoy seeing the men on the show. So I don't want the men to be phased out. I heard, several content creators like they fast forwarded through the scene between Courtney and Tarzan because it was boring. It wasn't boring to me. It was they were laying out their story for me. They didn't have to be jumping and gyrating for me to be entertained by it. Um I, I like to see the men on the TV. I don't want it to all be lady cast. Cause guess what? I don't live in a man's skin. So when I get to peek into their reality, it's entertaining to me. Like, oh, this is how they talk. Even though they might be the most misogynistic people, oh, it's good for me to know.
yeah.
So it's not that I want to, say get rid of them because they're misogynist. Yes, nobody's perfect. Nobody. Even if I raised my hand and Carlos said he was interested in filming the Alabama church girl, who I've been in church all my life, at least for the first 35 years of my life, at least 4 or 5 days out of the week, I was at church and really didn't even have time to go out and sin. I'm still not perfect. And even with my evolved self, where my fan at? I still say some stupid stuff sometimes. You can't cancel everybody just because they're not perfect. You know what I mean? So we got to have some grace at some point.
Yeah.
This is a conversation just for the audience. These questions are out here for us to think. Think. We got to think in the words of Aretha Franklin. Think about what we're trying to do here. Because I really do. I really want this show to survive. I agree with the infamous when she said at that Reality with the King that she wants to see this show go on another decade. I agree with her. I do want to see that. Now they're gonna have to pull in some new characters and all of the things, but get your residual income from it too, sweetie. Your babies need it. Blind Visionary says reality TV is supposed to be an escape. Now it's triggering sometimes. You're right. All right, so that's it. That's all that I have. Pacino says, "You want to read this? Cause y'all twinning right now."
I stopped watching the show regularly because the convos have became very contrived. Convos were more organic the first two seasons, and I agree. And I think that happens with a lot of the reality shows as they go on. You starting to get in your head. You starting to become a different person. You starting to get your egos, and it's just changed over time. I do agree with that.
I agree also, and that's why I also feel like we need to allow the producers some grace in introducing new characters. We might not know or understand them right off bat, but give them an opportunity to develop those characters
Well, people don't
because
like
sooner or
change.
later we're gonna get sick of the old characters.
people don't like change though. And it's like when you first started watching the show, you didn't know these people. You had to get to know them too. So, but they feel like this is who I started with. I know them now. I don't want to know nobody else.
Yeah, like Tiffany and Lou. I didn't particularly like their personalities either, but they had a good story. And the fact that she had that baby when he told her that he didn't want no baby, and now she want to get on here and complain because she got a baby and he ain't nowhere to be involved when he done already told you I got work to do, man.
I got stuff going on.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that develop.
She was delusional.
Right. How y'all gonna come to a common ground? Because he told you, girl.
Well, he already told you that ground don't even exist.
Yeah, but the she couldn't stand the heat from the audience that didn't like her. And it's like, okay, we got to give somebody some grace. Anywho, we'll be on here all night talking. Friend, you got anything else you want to add?
No, friend. I think we had got into it today.
We did.
You got to tell all the things today.
We did. You had me laughing so hard. My doggone voice is about to leave me. One last comment here. Good discussion. Night all. All right. I hope to see you back, Pacino. We will be back next week, next Thursday. Calendar says so. Yep. We'll be back next Thursday. Is there any other show or anything else that you would like for us to have conversation on? If there is, put it down in the comments, please. I am the Alabama Church Girl. We talk the taboo topics of the Black church and the Black community over here on the Alabama Church Girl Show. I would love for you to bring your friend and come on in and join the conversation. Let them come on in and join the conversation. I'm friendly. I'm nice. And you don't have to agree with everything I say. In fact, I enjoy it most when you don't agree with everything I say. That's what makes a good discussion. It's not an echo chamber. It's a discussion. All right. So until we meet again, love God and love your families. I'll see you next week.
Because I don't want this simple life.